Kumusta tulog mo? Kumusta tulog mo? Ha? Tawagan kita balik. Patong po ko na tawagan kita balik.
Need to take a number 2, or are you okay?
Number 3.
Number 3? Both?
Number 3.
That's a new one.
Knowledgeable. All this action just around the corner from Louisville's former Walnut Street, now known as Muhammad Ali Boulevard.
It's amazing. I'm just grateful.
But generations ago, it was a thriving black business district.
It's important
Go out one long ago.
Their stories are forever woven into the fabric of Louisville's West End.
If you're ever in the area, stop by.
Black Coffee is open 6 of the 7 days out of the week. If you haven't been able to meet these vendors yet, you have about 2 more weeks left in February. In the Russell community with photojournalist Brian Manuel, I'm Molly Jett, WDRB News.
Well, it is a huge Saturday for JCPS.
And WDRB Scott Reynolds says we're not talking about education.
No, it's transportation, and the district hopes to alleviate some of the nightmare issues with getting kids to and from school on time. With a big blitz this weekend, and they're offering some pretty good money to those who are interested. And it was llama drama for some police officers who had to corral the cute creatures in the snow. We'll tackle the issue also of how much money Kentuckians will bet on the Super Bowl in this first year that it's legal. It might be mind-blowing. It's all ahead at 5:30.
Here to elevate your eye care expectations. Feel what it's like to be taken care of and understood. See your absolute best for life. Be seen at Clarkson Eye Care. For a limited time, buy 1 pair of eyeglasses and get 50% off the second pair.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema just swamps my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some Rinvoq patients felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days. Some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. And many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occur. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are and may become pregnant.
Help heal your painful skin.
Sit down and relax. Sit down and relax. Hey.
Learn how AbbVie can
Sit down and relax.
Watch this. Hey, things are going to happen. But if something happens to your heating and cooling system, make sure you know who to call. Call Chapman now for a free estimate on a new TipStar system. We offer 0 interest financing for 72 months. Everyone deserves to feel safe and comfortable. With TipStar, enjoy quality you can feel.
Again with these man-children.
Call Chapman Heating and Cooling, the most comfortable choice you can make.
Get to the free President's Day sale at Furniture Fair for the guaranteed lowest sale price. All is free. Plus get an extra 10% off and up to 48 months special financing. This designer sofa is now just $493. The savings start early at Furniture Fair.
Toyota is all about having choices, like more all-wheel drive choices than anyone else.
Including the legendary Toyota 4Runner. With over 40 years of off-road experience. And you can count on 4Runner to hold its value better than anything in its class.
Now you can choose a low lease on a new 24 4Runner for just $409 a month. And every new Toyota comes with 2 years no-cost maintenance included.
The choice is yours. Toyota. Let's go places.
He never goes to
And thanks for joining us here at 5:30. I'm Scott Reynolds.
And I'm Hayden Rostensky. A woman had to be rescued from a cave in Jennings County. The Muscatatuck Caverns are near Butlerville in northeast Jennings County.
And that woman fell over a 60-foot cliff in that cave. These pictures were posted to the Jennings County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. 2 rescue members led a rope rescue operation. It took about 2.5 hours to get that woman to safety. She was then taken by helicopter to the hospital. She suffered serious injuries in that fall. The Sheriff's Office thanked the rescue crews for all their hard work there. Amazing that she survived. Hundreds of people come to Louisville every year to get away from war, persecution, or natural disaster. WVRB's Raina Katko shares how you can make a difference for some of Louisville's refugees.
How do I make an impact on something so big and terrible as war?
As if escaping war and disaster isn't enough, once refugees get to America, they have a lot to worry about. Everything from language barriers to housing and transportation insecurity. But Catholic Charities of Louisville wants to make sure furniture isn't a hurdle for restarting their lives.
Probably say to them, like, these are your keys, this is your home, here's a fresh start.
Kentucky has one of the highest rates of refugee arrivals in the country, and Catholic Charities is just one group welcoming those asylum seekers. Right now, it's collecting couches, dressers, washers and dryers, and more to keep up with the growing demand.
The highest needed items are frequently dining tables, coffee tables, and end tables.
The organization expects to help roughly 700 refugees and migrants this year. That's more than usual because of President Biden's refugee admission target of 125,000 people for 2024.
That means that we are welcoming many more refugees than we have in years now as a whole, as a nation. And so each city that can is doing their part. Therefore, the demand is higher here in Louisville.
While it can be difficult or even overwhelming to hear about war and other tragedies happening around the world, Voight says donating can make a difference.
I know that in the last year, we did hundreds of thousands worth of donations from the community in the form of furniture as well as hygiene products and toiletries.
A not so small gesture to help people feel more at home.
The impact that we're making just spans the globe.
Reporting with photojournalist Ian Cunningham, Raina Katko, WDRB News.
Now, if you would like to donate some furniture, you can do that. We have all the contact information on our website.
WDRB meteorologist Rick DeLuca is certified by the National Weather Association.
So we got an update to the U.S. drought monitor today. I want to start with how the map looked last week, and now we can fast forward, roll this through, and show you what it looks like this week. Not a single change whatsoever. Still abnormally dry along and south of the parkways and off to our north from areas like Bedford through Seymour into North Vernon. And in the middle, we are drought-free here in Louisville. And to keep it that way, we could use a little bit of rain after seeing about 9 dry days. And we do have some on the map. This is nothing heavy, just some light sporadic showers possible as the evening wears on. Just little spits of rain, if anything, showing up around Sparksville and just north of Campbellsburg. A couple of showers near the Norman area as well. As we widen out, there is some light rain approaching Du Bois County as well as Perry County. But this is it. Some showers which will come with 30-mile-per-hour winds as the evening wears on. If you happen to get some rain, it will not be last long or that heavy, but it does appear as though the showers will be possible at times, especially between around 7 and 9 p.m. Right now, we are mild with a temperature of 64, a good deal of clouds overhead with a south wind at 15 miles an hour, which will get gusty as the evening wears on and then taper off later on tonight. In terms of rain chances, notice how they're not terribly high. Only a 30% chance at 7. It peaks around 40 at 9, and then back down to 20 by 11 o'clock with a temperature of 57. But there's a lot more rain where that came from, timing out several rounds of rain, and when you can hear some thunderstorms as well.
Thanks, Rick. JCPS desperately needs more bus drivers. We've told you about that. The need is so great, the district is considering eliminating some routes next school year.
WDRB's Katrina Nickel explains the effort to hire drivers to keep the buses on time.
Times are somewhat better, and but there's still late buses
For nearly a decade, this bus driver, who asked to stay anonymous, has helped JCPS students get to and from school, but is critical of the new start times and routes implemented this school year.
There's still not enough drivers.
JCPS is looking to hire more. Right now, the pool of applicants is slim.
If you look at the projections, those numbers are not projected to get any better when it comes to drivers.
That's why this Saturday, JCPS will host a bus driver hiring blitz, hoping to get people in the door and the application process started.
We always lose some people because you fill out the application and then you're like, oh, geez, I have to go get this physical. I have to go do this. I have to go do that.
Applicants will be interviewed and able to take required exams on site. JCPS will also have doctors at the event to perform the required state physical exam for drivers.
We're not going to be making any big dent in getting kids home earlier and at a time that's acceptable for people if we don't make some big changes. So one of the pushes that we're doing is trying to get more bus drivers in.
Following the hiring blitz, the JCPS Board of Education will meet Thursday night. There, the district will review options on cutting back routes. According to meeting documents, the district will weigh 3 options. 1, keep things the same. 2, create hubs where magnet students would be dropped off and picked up at. Or 3, eliminate transportation for all magnet and traditional students. The last option is the only one JCPS says will provide drastic improvement.
Cutting the routes would help, but that's not the end all be all either.
This bus driver says student behavior also needs to be addressed to keep drivers in the front seat long term.
Be prepared for a challenge.
Katrina Nickel, WDRB News. A decision on next year's bus plan is expected in March. Just go to WDRB.com for more information on Saturday's hiring event.
JCPS students at Fairdale High School are getting hands-on experience as they learn what it takes to become a firefighter. Thursday morning, Louisville Fire donated one of its old fire trucks to Fairdale's Fire and EMS Academy. The program helps train students in these career fields while they're still in school. This truck will be used in addition to the one the school already has, as well as an ambulance, to practice emergency situations. I don't expect every kid to come through this program be a firefighter. I don't expect them to be an EMT. My goal of this program is when they come through this program, when they leave here, they take something with them. About 20 seniors are expected to graduate from that program this May. Well, this morning, a volcano in southwest Iceland erupted. Now, this is less than 2 months after a previous eruption forced the evacuation of an entire town.
As Greg Palco explains, this one could go on for a while.
For the third time in as many months, a major volcanic eruption in Iceland. It started early Thursday morning, a 2-mile-long fissure opening up the same volcanic system that forced the evacuation of the town of Grindavik back in December. Lava was seen shooting into the air and then flowing to the west. The good news, there's no immediate threat to the town this time, but volcanologists aren't sure when the eruptions will stop.
We have magma collecting beneath a particular part of the ground in the area. And then every so often it reaches a point where it moves sideways and then erupts along a crack in the ground.
This same area saw significant damage during eruptions over the past 2 months, and Grindavik has remained largely evacuated since January. On Tuesday, police started limiting time residents could spend at their homes to 6 hours a day, saying the lava flow could shift at any moment and hit the town again.
The plan for the last 2 days, so today and yesterday, was to get all the inhabitants in Grindavik to come home and get their things for those who would like to do that.
Barriers are now being constructed to protect the town and also the nearby Blue Lagoon Spa. But some residents say after this latest eruption, they're not sure if they'll ever return to Grindavik.
We had 5 eruptions, and these 2 really, really close to the town. So one question we're asking as well, where will it erupt again?
Iceland averages an eruption every 4 or 5 years, but volcanologists are concerned about this kind of sustained activity just 30 miles from its capital. In London, Greg Palcon, Fox News.
Police officers in Colorado had to round up 3 llamas in the snow, and the body cam footage captured this weird encounter.
They're easier to walk than my dog.
That was an officer saying that those llamas were actually easier to walk than his pup. The llamas were tracked down after they wandered away from a home. Police say Sophia, Tina, and Napoleon just wanted to play in some fresh snow. The llamas were put on leashes and then safely returned home. And they have names, I think, after that iconic movie Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, which one do you think led them? I think Sophia was the one that
No, I
caused
think
all the
it was
trouble.
Tina.
Tina?
If you know, you know.
Okay.
A rare event in the sky is quickly approaching. Parts of our area will witness a total solar eclipse in the spring. Our weather team breaks down what happens if there's bad weather.
And the Super Bowl, of course, is this weekend, and Americans are expected to bet big. What it means for the Bluegrass.
News is sponsored by Tom Drexler's Free Furnace February. This is going to be the most grueling season of Next Level Chef yet. It's on the coach, special poison. Let's go. So we have blood. Definitely going to get sweat. Will we get tears?
I want my mom.
Only the best will survive. On the Next Level Chef, tonight at 8/7 Central on Fox.
More single farmers saddle up to find lifelong love.
Fire going and I wouldn't be able to start.
An all-new Farmer Wants a Wife tonight on Fox. This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets, better because it has to be.
Car wreck? I'm attorney Daryl Isaacs. Don't let a car wreck turn your life upside down. We're here to make things right and fight to get you every dollar you deserve. We've recovered billions of dollars for our clients. At Isaacs and Isaacs, we fight and we win.
I gotta do the kick of destiny again. What? But this time, fans can pick if I'll make or miss.
Interesting.
And right now, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win.
Let's do it.
Wait, what about him? The FanDuel Kick of Destiny 2 live Super Bowl Sunday.
If the winter weather has you down, warm up with a hot deal on a new car, truck, or SUV at John Jones Auto Group. Slide on over to one of our 3 convenient locations in Salem, Corydon, or Scottsburg. Search the largest inventory in Southern Indiana and find the deal you've been dreaming of. And we're always available online 24/7 at www.johnjonesautogroup.com. At John Jones Auto Group, you see so many because they paid so little.
Another year of yo-yo dieting? Not this year. Hit reset and make a permanent change with permanent fat removal by Sono Bello. With Sono Bello, day one, all my unwanted body fat gone.
These are my favorite pair of jeans that I couldn't even button up. Look how flat my stomach is. I couldn't believe it was just gone.
I saw the results immediately.
And this is the best I have felt since I was in my 20s. Real women everywhere are transforming their bodies permanently. Sono Bello is not a fad diet or boot camp workout. It's a simple, proven way to remove stubborn body fat permanently and in just one visit.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
If you are looking for physical results and positive emotional results, please run, don't walk to your nearest Sono Bello.
Ready to hit reset? Find out how you can save $250 off instantly. Call now or go to sonobello.com.
Jets not only makes the best Detroit-style pizza, it makes the best pizza. Right now, get a large one-topping hand-tossed round pizza for just $9.99. Jets, better because it has to be.
HBS students continue to lose a lot of instruction time because of the bus delays. WDRB Investigates started looking into just how much time is being lost in the classroom. Parents telling us they're frustrated about buses picking up and dropping off late, and they're upset with that change in school start times this year. JCPS moved to 9 different times this school year instead of just 2.
Last year was fine. You know, I get him to work, get him out to his bus, head to work. Now I have to miss, earlier hours at work just to wait for his school bus. So he just walks me on.
Our Investigates team dug through all that data, find out which schools have the largest number of bus delays, and how Superintendent Marty Polio is responding. That story airs tonight at 6:30 right here on WDRB.
WDRB weather is sponsored by the Window Source of Kentucky.
Well, that rare celestial event is about 2 months away now. We're talking about the total solar eclipse coming up April 8th. Parts of our area will get the rare opportunity to experience totality if the weather cooperates. Meteorologist Hannah Strong with more tonight.
Now we've talked a little bit about how exciting the upcoming solar eclipse will be. It's time to acknowledge the elephant in the room. What happens if the weather is bad? Typical weather in the Ohio Valley in early April is anything but typical. We've seen everything from severe thunderstorms to snow. So let's talk about what we can expect. Based on climatological normals, our temperature should be in the 60s during the total solar eclipse on April 8th, which sounds pretty good, right? But April 8th has been as warm as 85 degrees and as cold as 24 degrees in past years. So anything is sort of on the table. Now, over the years we've been tracking rainfall, April 8th has been dry 55% of the time. There have been a few years with more than an inch of rainfall, like the record year, and that happens all in a single day. But the average rainfall for April 8th is just a little more than a tenth of an inch of rain. Now, there was even one year with measurable snow, but the odds are in our favor for no snow. Clouds are more likely to be the issue. On average, about 60 to 70% of the sky is covered by clouds on an afternoon in April in our region, which would look something like this, maybe a few more clouds popping up in the sky. So we have plans to make sure you can see the total solar eclipse regardless of the weather.
The weather doesn't cooperate. We felt that this is important to get on air no matter what. We're not taking NASA's feed. If I have to go to Texas so we can show this live on air, I will go to Texas so we can show this live on air. You will see, whether you're with us in Seymour or whether you're watching us on TV, you will see totality.
WDRB is your eclipse headquarters. Join us April 8th on WDRB as we broadcast live from Seymour, Indiana. That's the epicenter for the eclipse. We'll share more about our broadcast plans in the coming weeks. Plus, how you can get some of those free WDRB eclipse glasses, highly coveted.
So, do my glasses from all those years ago still protect me this time around? I think a lot of people might be hanging on to them.
The WDRB ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still good to go. But
All right.
why not get a fresh pair if you can?
You can. I'm just wondering.
Yes.
I want to maybe make sure another viewer could get one.
Yeah,
So I don't have to get a new pair.
You still just want to be cautious. That's the big thing. Safety is our number one concern with this. There's a lot of people who have the fake glasses or just kind of the makeshift ones. So make sure you have legit eyewear to protect yourself. Now, we're talking about temperatures here because we are about to go down with a weather 180 coming in. The 60s have been nice in February, but obviously they are numbered. So here's the temperature trend. Tomorrow we should be in the mid to upper 60s, around 67 for your high temperature. Saturday will be the last day of this particular stretch with highs in the 60s, and then we start to feel some changes. By Super Bowl Sunday, highs are in the 50s, and then Monday and Tuesday, all this essentially is back to winter, back to normal with high temperatures in the upper 40s, which is precisely where we should be for this time of the year. Now, looking at Storm UHD, we are starting to find a couple of light showers. These are little spits of rain, more nuisance type than anything else, but around Driftwood, up through Brownstown, near Pershing, there's a little bit of light rain or some sprinkle action, maybe lasting 5 to 10 minutes max. In Du Bois County and as well as Perry County, watch out, little rain is moving your direction. Again, very light showers are possible as the evening wears on with this batch of rain sliding through. The atmosphere is simply too dry to support anything heavy. You will probably notice the winds with gusts at times to around 30 miles per hour. Our next storm system is around Vegas, and that will arrive on Saturday, bringing some widespread rain during the morning hours, maybe even some rumbles of thunder.
Crystal Rogers were in the same courtroom. The hearing happening just a few hours ago in Nelson County.
WDRB's Fallon Glick and Valerie Chin are in Bardstown tonight for us with the latest developments in the case. Hey, guys.
There is so much interest in the Crystal Rogers case, not just here in Bardstown, but in Louisville and nationwide. And for the first time, all three suspects were in the courtroom together.
And the anticipation for justice going on 9 years now, but today's court hearing only lasted 20 minutes. And during that time, we learned the tentative trial date was set for February 10th of next year. Brooks Howe walked into court for his first appearance in person since being arrested for the murder of his former girlfriend, Crystal Rogers, in September. In a jail suit, his mother, sister, girlfriend, and other supporters sat behind him, with the family of Crystal Rogers on the other side of the courtroom.
I hope they get justice. Yeah. And I think it will.
Special prosecutor Shane Young says 1.1 terabytes of discovery and evidence have been turned over to defense attorneys so far, with even more to be handed over next month. Young says it took his office several months to get through, so a February 2025 trial should be enough time for defense attorneys. Included in that discovery, 2 other high-profile Bardstown murder cases.
It took us 6 months to go through the discovery, and that included Ellis and Val.
Jason Ellis, a police officer who was ambushed and killed, and Tommy Ballard, Roger's father, who was also shot and killed. Houck's family left court without talking, but a family friend who did not want to give her name had this to say.
Nobody wins in this situation. Not Brooks' family, not Crystal's family, and definitely not the damn kids.
Meanwhile, Roger's family friend said it was surreal to see all 3 suspects in court.
I'm glad it's all 3 together, and I hope they stay together that way. But there's some other people that's involved that they haven't got yet, and I'm pretty sure that they will get them.
And this murder case will likely be moved to a different county, and the prosecutor, he wants to join all 3 suspects into one trial. Brooks Howe, Steve Lawson, Joseph Lawson, they're all facing the same charges, but Brooks Howe's attorney said he would likely object to that motion.
And for the first time since their arrest, Joseph and Steve Lawson saw each other. Steve Lawson's attorney, Ted Lavitz, said the father and son did not talk. They also walked into the courtroom together. Joseph's attorney asked for Joseph's bond to be reduced from $500,000 to $50,000 unsecured, which means he wouldn't have to pay a bail unless he's failed to show up for court.
I'm a treatment provider, and that will be for substance abuse treatment, but also making sure that he is getting ongoing medical treatment. He also is a risk of obstructing justice in this case. It's because once he found out that he was a subject, a target of what happened to this young man, he called around or texted around to associates, to friends of his, to cover for him, to give him an alibi that night of July the 3rd, which was missing.
With counsel, Mr. Lavin. Also,
And the judge said he'll decide on the bond reduction request by the end of business on Monday. The next hearing for all 3 suspects is March 21st, but the judge said that the suspects can appear via Zoom.
Just so many questions in this Crystal Rogers case. And Scott Hayden, we hope to get some of those answers at trial by next year.
All right, thank you so much, Val Fallon, for your reporting tonight. A garage fire led to a heartbreaking discovery inside a Linview home this morning.
WDRB's Stefan Johnson tells us why LANI homicide detectives were called to that scene. Stefan?
Well, that fire started inside a garage behind a home here on Bluebird Avenue in Linview. And a short time after responding to the scene, detectives from LMPD's homicide unit were also called to the home.
I think it's 2 different incidents that are just happening at the same address. Have you ever had anything like that before? This is a new one on me.
The fire started at about 9:30 this morning. After getting the fire under control, that's when firefighters were told there was one more person inside the house. That's when they discovered the body of one of the homeowners. As a result, LMPD is now conducting a death investigation. But despite these unusual circumstances, detectives don't suspect foul play.
First crews on scene showed up, had heavy smoke coming from the garage with some flames also. They made entry, started to extinguish the fire, and while we were here, we found another incident going on in the house. Fire hydrant was only about 400 feet down the road, so we were here within about 4 minutes of the fire getting dispatched, and just a pretty normal.
And right now, fire investigators believe this fire started in a workshop, which is right next to the garage. Meanwhile, there's also an autopsy being conducted to determine the cause of death on the other homeowner. With photojournalist Jonathan McEmber, I'm Stefan Johnson, WDRB News.
WDRB meteorologist Rick DeLuca is certified by the National Weather Association.
Our reporters like Stefan have enjoyed the weather the past few days when they're out there doing the news live.
It's not bad. The temperatures are in the 60s.
Way better than normal winter, that's for sure.
Haven't seen the red WDRB jackets for a while.
That's going to have to be broken back out because it's making a comeback here. So, Stefan, I'm sorry you will be in the cold yet again. I mean, after all, it's still winter. Now, this evening, everyone's going to actually feel some gustier winds, but not every single location will experience some rain. There's the chance 30 to 40% for some light rain showers as the evening wears on. But check out some of these wind gusts. Not that these are strong enough that they'll do any sort of damage, but definitely getting gusty in Hardinsburg with a number around 23 miles per hour, 24 in Litchfield, and they could max to around 30 as this line of very light showers passes on by. Now, these are more just spits of rain, light showers and sprinkles showing up around Doolittle Mills, approaching Hall, in the Crystal area right now. Also, areas like Sassafras, you could get clipped with a little bit of light rain. Chances are going to be here for the evening until around 11 o'clock. Then it comes back down. But this is going to be the first of several opportunities for rain. This one is nothing compared to what's to come, especially Saturday and again on Monday. That's when rain chances will be the highest. 63 your current temperature after reaching a high of 66 degrees. South wind is around 17, but like I mentioned, could gust to around 30. That lower dew point defending us from any significant heavy rainfall in the short term. 30 to 40% chance for some showers as temperatures cool down into the upper 50s. Now, looking forward, we have several rounds of rain, timing out each one, and when some wet snowflakes might mix in.
Thanks, Rick. Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport saw the most passengers ever last year.
WDRB's Christy Batista gives us the year in review and shares what's planned for this year.
2023 was a record-breaking year here at STF with lots of fun events planned in Louisville for the spring and summertime. They hope this year is even better.
More planes are coming and going, which means more passengers too. More than 2.3 million passengers came through Louisville's airport last year, a 10% increase over 2019, the last busiest year.
People that don't live here have a reason to say, oh, I got a great fare. I can actually fly to Louisville and experience bourbonism and all the great things that we have here to offer, but also the locals being able to take vacation.
$126 million has been invested in new bathrooms, moving walkways, the command center, and the new baggage handling system. The executive director acknowledged the growing pains.
We hear a lot about, gosh, I got off the airplane. It's a quick walk to the baggage claim, but I have to wait for my bags.
New technology will track when the plane lands and the very first bag that gets to the baggage claim. There's also more lanes in the security checkpoint, turning an hour-long wait into 15 to 25 minutes depending on the time of the day. More investments this year will focus on improving the taxiway and runway, parking garage, and the ticketing and rental car counters. But the biggest excitement surrounds a new federal inspection services facility that would allow for international travel.
During Derby time frame, probably some European traffic, maybe some Asia traffic. That will come in if we have the FIS. So we're really excited about getting this program going.
And as Derby 150 and the PGA Championship approaches, they are hopeful this year will be even bigger and better.
It's looking like it's going to be a record. But we know the capacity inbound, again, we're already talking to the airlines. It's going to be unbelievable thing to see.
With photojournalist Neil Johnson, Christy Batista, WDRB News.
Well, high drug prices are in the spotlight today on Capitol Hill lawmakers grilling big pharma leaders about that issue.
The American people are sick and tired of paying, in some cases, 10 times more for prescription drugs.
Why some CEOs say making changes is not that simple.
And racist bullying at a Kentucky middle school has parents outraged, saying that school is not doing anything to stop it. The video spreading like wildfire on social media and how the district is responding.
Now you can get WDRB newscasts, forecasts, and original shows whenever and wherever you want. And it's free. Download WDRB Plus for Apple TV, Roku, Fire TV, and on your mobile device. News is sponsored by Tom Drexler's Free Furnace February. Learning loss for JCPS students, all because of bus delays, with thousands of kids running late every day.
What went wrong? Why did the plan not work the way it was supposed to?
WDRB investigates how much instruction time was lost. Which JCPS schools have the biggest delays? Tonight on WDRB News at 6:30 and 10. Kick off your big bowl weekend with Mascot Bowl 17. Join Snow Fox and the Extraordinary League of Mascots. Friday on WDRB News in the morning.
My grandfather was a preacher, and the principles of faith he taught me then still guide me today. The Bible says, where there is no vision, the people will perish. As governor, we'll deliver a better, bolder vision for our future. We'll defend life and eliminate the cost of adoption. We'll implement our plan to rebuild Indiana's small towns and main streets, and we'll always back the blue.
Eric Dolan, a man of faith, vision, action, chosen for governor.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now, Unfold is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some Rinvoq patients felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days. Some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. And many taking Rinvoq saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB. Serious infections and blood clots, some fatal. Cancers, including lymphoma and skin. Heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occur. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Help heal your painful skin. Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your doctor about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Coach Wood looks like he's got a play in mind. 62 and 78, you're in. We're going for 30. All right, here we go. Take charge of the fun with Kentucky Lottery's Keno, where you call the shots.
A Money Today message from Jackson Hewitt. Need bucks fast? Don't wait weeks for your tax refund. Get bucks faster with a no-fee tax refund advance loan. Hurry, fly to Jackson Hewitt now to get one today.
What makes a brand truly remarkable? Introducing Gabby, home furnishings that embody exquisite hand craftsmanship and uniquely captivating designs. Every piece, from accessories and lighting to upholstery and dining, exudes curiosity and energy, bringing a sophisticated touch to your everyday living. From ordinary moments to extraordinary celebrations, Gabby is there.
Gabby's President's Day events save up to an additional 15% off now till the end of February at our Westport Village location.
A Senate committee brought big pharma CEOs to the nation's capital to grill them over high drug prices.
As Connor Hansen explained, some lawmakers say they want real solutions rather than sound bites.
The American people are sick and tired of paying, in some cases, 10 times more for prescription drugs.
The CEOs of Johnson & Johnson, Merck, and Bristol-Myers Squibb on Capitol Hill Thursday questioned over high prescription prices and why Americans pay so much more than other countries. Committee Chairman Bernie Sanders grilling Merck's CEO over the price of a life-saving cancer drug.
Yes or no? Is it true that the list price of Keytruda is $191,000 a year in the United States?
That is close to being true, yes.
Thank you. Is it true that that same exact drug can be purchased in Canada for $112,000 a year and $44,000 a year in Japan?
Generally, yes.
CEO Robert Davis arguing pricing can be extremely complicated and says middlemen in the pharmaceutical market are partly to blame for high costs. The drug makers say they're at the forefront of innovation, and creating effective new drugs is expensive and takes years.
The United States has built a healthcare system that prioritizes patient and physician choice. While some Democrats accused the massive companies of being more focused on profits, some Republicans said the entire healthcare system needs to be examined.
We grossly oversimplify our problem and blame corporations. We demand CEOs come before the committee for public verbal stoning.
Drug prices could be a significant talking point on the presidential campaign trail. Just this week, President Biden went after Trump, claiming his policies would raise prescription prices. In New York, Connor Hansen, WDRB News.
WDRB Weather is sponsored by the Window Source of Kentucky.
Every Thursday, we go through the exercise of showing you the updated drought monitor. And since last week, we've seen absolutely no change. No drought showing up in Louisville, but our northern and southern communities still abnormally dry when you look at the categories in the legend, which means you can use a little bit of rainfall. In fact, it's nice every week or so to get a good drink of water just in terms of drought maintenance. We're out of drought now, so hopefully we can stay that way. And it does look like this weekend and early next week, with a couple rain chances lined up, it will deliver. The rain you see out there this evening isn't going to amount to all that much, and most might not even experience some of that rain, but everyone will get some wind gusts between 20 and 30 miles per hour. For now, the rain is more splash and dash from areas like Orleans, Mitchell, down through French Lick and approaching Paoli. Some more light showers, which probably last 10 minutes max, from Ranger down through Tell City. That's crossing out of Troy, approaching Lilydale in the next 15 minutes. Putting things in motion, there's an area of light rain off to our west, which will slide through as the evening wears on. Again, it's going to be very light because most of what's falling through the clouds is going to evaporate before making it to the surface. Now, that's not going to be the case with this low moving to our north on Saturday. The first half of the day featuring the best opportunity for some rain, and then this big bad boy of the storm, that hits us on Monday, direct impact, which means widespread rain. So much could be heavy. It gets cold enough that Monday night and into Tuesday, a couple of wet snowflakes might even mix in, but essentially, all this does is bring us back to average in terms of temperatures. This isn't ordinary. It's 63 right now in Louisville, south wind around 17 miles an hour, dew point rather low, around 38 degrees. But like I mentioned, it is breezy. There's a live looking court, the American flag kind of dancing in the wind. Those gusts will stay with us until about midnight and then start to back off. In terms of temperatures, it's lukewarm around the metro, 62 in Fairdale, 61 back out in PRP. Over the river, 63 in New Albany, 60 LaGrange, with some upper 50s showing up from E-Town down through around Munfordville. Timing out several rounds of rain. Around 8 to 9, some light showers in the city, but they really fall apart by 11 as they slide across Kentucky. Friday morning, a couple showers south of I-64, and it does look like the showers will stay south of I-64 Friday afternoon and Friday evening. Showers tend to multiply Friday night, and then widespread rain, maybe even some thunderstorms from Friday night into Saturday morning. Now, the second half of Saturday dries out. One last day with high temperatures in the 60s. A little sneaky type of rain in southern Kentucky between 10 o'clock Saturday and 4 a.m. on Sunday. Otherwise, a lot of your Super Bowl Sunday is going to be rain-free. The chance for some showers is going to be after the Super Bowl game and south of I-64. Monday is when we get that widespread rain, and you look off to our northwest communities, that's when we have some wet snowflakes, perhaps mixing in as that storm system pulls away Monday night into Tuesday. Now, how much rain could we see? Less north of I-64, anywhere from, let's say, a half inch to a quarter inch of rain. South of I-64 from a half inch to an inch, but it is along and south of the parkways where you have some up potential where you could see an inch or more. Forecast tonight shakes out like this. Some light showers possible, nothing heavy whatsoever, with a cool, comfortable low of 51 degrees. Our average high this time of year is 47, which means our low is higher than our average high. Milder tomorrow with a high temperature of 67. We taper back the temperature to 63 on Saturday with some morning rain, both days kind of breezy. Showers early in Kentucky on Sunday morning. The rest of us dry, and then winter's back with high temperatures in the 40s through early next week.
All right, thank you, Rick. Parents at a Kentucky middle school are speaking out after a viral video showing racist bullying, and some say it's been going on there for years.
N-word, monkeys, all the racial slurs you can think of. Just
What that viral video showed and what the school district has to say about it.
You can focus on the needs of others. You need a college that will focus on you, with tools to get the hands-on experience you need. No prerequisites, so your future can start today. And the faculty and staff to support
All right, Michael.
every step of the way.
Let's try using the bathroom, all right?
We're asking you to take a lead.
Hang on, let me help you. Jeez, you know, you can't do it all yourself, and you want to force yourself to do it. It's 6:20 p.m. Got 2 more hours until it's bedtime. But you're going to have to use the bathroom before you go. Let me help you. Alright, you think you can hold me? Okay. Man, you're hot. Why are you hot? You're not coming with a fever?
No.
Okay. Come on. Grab me good. Grab me good. Hold my back. Now, was that hard? Yeah, I can smell you trying to poop. You haven't pooped in your underwear, have you?
No.
Okay. Let's go over here so you can poop. What? What? Okay. I want you to poop in here. Hurry up because I can smell it. Grab me. Grab me. Got me? Stand up. Hold still. Hold still. Now back up. Back up. Yeah. Don't. If I say you can touch it, you can touch it, but you didn't. Pretty good. Go ahead and poop. You hear me, Michael? Go ahead and poop. You're on the toilet. Feet up. Feet up. Now, poop. Push. Keep going. Push. Like that. Push. Like this. No, I need you to poop it out. You gotta poop. Don't you gotta poop? Then poop. Hey, focus. Focus. Poop. You gotta focus, Michael. Poop. That on your hand. Turn around. Where's that? Just hold still. I need you to poop. Stomach is so full of it. You need to poop. Push. pushing. Mom, can you come over here? That way I can get Gary. He was able to. He was able to. Yeah, I had to push on his stomach to get him to push. You're good at that. I need to concentrate and try to push more. Okay.
Texts of bus delays happening daily.
What is happening in this district in schools every day is fantastic. So unfortunately, it's being overshadowed by the transportation issues.
So what are your concerns as a JCPS parent? Well, one of my main concerns is the hours. I think that they should have left the hours the way they were. Later hours and then getting out later, you know, that's the main concern of mine.
For years, there were only 2 start times. This school year, JCPS moved to 9 different ones. Here's Superintendent Marty Polio at his press conference in February.
These 9 start times completely solve our issues around transportation. I can't say that clearly enough. This ensures that every student is picked up. This plan actually ensures a shorter time on the bus for our students.
Parents telling WDRB the bus delays and change in school start times has affected their lives.
Some kids just coming home late. That's why I don't put my child on the bus at all.
Because of all the bus delays, the district says students missed more than 1.3 million minutes of instruction time in just 17 days in October. So we started asking questions. WDRB investigators request bus delay data for every JCPS school and the total number of minutes lost. Here's what we found. The bus delay problem is more than 3 times worse this year than last year, comparing October through December. October is when JCPS first started tracking late buses in its computer system.
This year, what we're seeing is an average about 13 to 15 minutes, but more students being impacted by that. Bottom line is this, And it's really a simple mathematical formula right now. We have 558 bus drivers and we have 561 routes. Saying this plan didn't work is not necessarily the truth, because if we had not gone to this plan, we would be significantly underwater, where we would be canceling 200 routes a day.
Superintendent Marty Polio sat down with WDRB to address the transportation concerns.
What went wrong? Why did the plan not work the way it was supposed to?
So if I had to do all over again, I would have been clear about, as long as we keep the same amount of bus drivers that we have right now, this will solve our issues. And if we did have 675 bus drivers right now, we would not have these issues.
The superintendent said there are 100 less bus drivers this school year than when he announced the start time changes. He says bus drivers are paid well, with an average salary of $55,000 for the school year.
We have a large number of bus drivers who are making over $75,000 a year. We have some that are making in excess of $100,000 a year.
But bus delays continue to affect student learning. Data shows in October, there were more than 6,000 late JCPS students on average each day because of the buses, up 453% from the year before. They lost nearly 80,000 minutes of instruction per day. In November, the numbers improved some, but still more than 5,300 late students per day, losing nearly 78,000 minutes of instruction per day. December, the number dropped to more than 5,000 late students per day, losing just under 74,000 minutes of instruction per day. Data shows the schools with the largest number of bus delays in December: Thomas Jefferson Middle School with 3,345, then Ballard High School with 2,747, and rounding out the top three, Fern Creek Elementary School with 2,216. The JCPS School Board is still looking at the transportation options for the next school year. One proposal is cutting transportation for magnet students.
Those proposals are going through the REAP, and we want to make sure that they're equitable. We want to make sure that we are not excluding our most vulnerable students.
Parents are hoping to get transportation answers soon. The next board meeting is February 13th, and JCPS plans to lay out all the options.
None of them are perfect options. They all come with consequences and unintended consequences, but we want the community and our board to know what those consequences are going into it, and then making an informed decision.
Valerie Chin, WDRB News.
To see the bus delay data for your school and how much instruction time was lost, just head over to our website, WDRB.com.
WDRB meteorologist Rick DeLuca is certified by the National Weather Association.
I know a lot of people don't agree, but I would like to see 2, 3, 4 inches of snow before this winter season is over.
I'm good.
It's kind of the split, you know. It's a love or hate kind of scenario. The snow lovers are asking for one more. Other people are saying, well, it's already been in the 60s. Why not? But, you know, it's kind of going to cool down, but not get to the cold level that we experienced when we had the snow and had temperatures in the teens and single digits. So, yes, it will get cooler, but not that cold. So, snow lovers, I am sorry, nothing's showing up of any significance that's going to definitely get your appetite in the near future. Now, I want to show you future radar. First thing I want to point out, those winds moving very fast around the metro around 7 o'clock, with gusts close to 30. Timing out the chance for some very light rain showers. You see one approaching New Albany around 7:30, some light showers from Corden through Charlestown around 8. You get a couple north of Fern Creek around, let's say, 8:30, a tiny little shower in Shepherdsville as well, and they cruise off to the east just north of Shelbyville by around 9. That's our chance for evening rain. So should you grab the umbrella, you might want to have it just in case, but this rain chance not even worthy of that. So here's what's falling in the now. You can see to our north a couple light showers around the northeast area, just near Livonia, and then some more showers near Carter, also around Grass and areas like Tobin. Seeing a little bit of light rain. These are just more kind of hit and miss light rain showers, spits of rain, if you will. And that's going to be how the rest of the evening plays out. It will be breezy with some light showers possible, especially between 8 and 9 here in the metro. Otherwise, your rain chance comes down and then back up as we approach the weekend. Here's a live look outside from our tower cam where the clouds have thickened up here in downtown Louisville. Your temperature sitting at 63 after reaching a high of 66, south wind at 17, at times gusting between 20 and 30 miles per hour. Temperatures drop with some light showers. We go from 61 to 57, but there is more rain on the way. which 2 days have the best opportunity and how much to expect in your location.
All right, thank you, Rick. Hundreds of people come to Louisville every year to get away from war, persecution, or natural disasters.
And refugees face a lot of hurdles while resettling. Catholic Charities of Louisville wants to make sure furniture isn't one of the barriers. The organization collects couches, dressers, washers and dryers, and more to keep up with the growing demand.
The highest needed items are frequently dining tables, coffee tables, and end tables.
And the organization expects to help roughly 700 refugees and migrants this year. If you'd like to donate furniture, we've got all the contact information on our website.
A coffee shop in West Louisville is celebrating Black History Month by hosting up-and-coming entrepreneurs. At least 50 vendors will continue to set up at Black Coffee's doors on West Jefferson Street throughout the month. The cafe is located just around the corner from Louisville's former Walnut Street, now known as Muhammad Ali Boulevard. It was once a thriving Black business district. The owner hopes events like this help make celebrating Black culture and Black businesses a priority year-round.
It means making our ancestors proud. It means showing up and being knowledgeable. It's important to continue to carry out their legacy.
Black Coffee is open 6 days a week. You can see the vendors there on Tuesdays and Thursdays throughout the month of February. A fire truck not going to a station, but instead to local students. How this donation is helping them with future careers and life skills.
And the 3 men charged in connection with the murder of Crystal Rogers learned their trial date, when they're set to stand trial, and the details that still need to be worked out.
News is sponsored by Tom Drexler's Free Furnace February. This is the pizza the other guys wish they could make. Keep dreaming. Jets, better because it has to be.
Hey neighbor, you look happy. I just got the statement from my last doctor visit. And you're happy about it? I actually am. I have a Medicare Advantage plan through Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield, so I know exactly what's covered. It really helps me stay on budget.
Is it expensive? I'm on a fixed income and prices lately make it almost impossible to stick to my budget.
It's actually quite reasonable and saves me money. Plus, I get all the benefits I need in one simple plan. So it's easy and affordable.
Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plans have prices to fit your budget and provide the benefits you may need in one convenient plan. Just tell us your needs and your zip code, and we'll help you find a plan that's right for you. You may even be able to get a plan with additional benefits like dental, hearing, prescription drug coverage, and more. But you don't get a Medicare Advantage plan automatically. You have to take action. If you recently moved, lost coverage, or are new to Medicare, you may be eligible for a plan today. Call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield now to find out. Standing by 24/7, ready to help Medicare members just like you. The call is free and there's no obligation to enroll. You may be able to get a Medicare Advantage plan with additional benefits you want.
I had the same plan for years, but it just wasn't working for me anymore. I called and I couldn't believe what they had to offer. If you're moving, losing coverage, or new to Medicare, you might even be eligible to get a plan today. Aren't you retiring soon?
I sure am. What's that number again?
Call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield today. Call 800-958-5241. That's 800-958-5241. 800-958-5241.
When your gut is out of balance, your body gives you signs. So if you're frustrated with occasional bloating, gas, or abdominal discomfort, help stop the frustration and start taking Align every day. Align Probiotic was specifically designed by gastroenterologists to help relieve your occasional digestive upsets, so you can enjoy life. When you feel the signs, it's time to try Align.
Jets not only makes the best Detroit-style pizza, it makes the best pizza. Right now, get a large one-topping hand-tossed round pizza for just $9.99. Jets, better because it has to be.
Well, this is how we typically see firefighters on the job. They're always running those hoses and hard at work doing a lot of lifting. But how do they get their start?
WDRB's Darby Bean takes us to Fairdale High School, where some hopeful firefighters-to-be got a new tool for their training.
The lessons taught here are stretching beyond the classroom as students at Fairdale are getting a hands-on start at potential careers.
It kind of is like a fire station.
The push-in ceremony is a tradition celebrating the arrival of a fire truck to its new home. This is one that's getting new life donated from Louisville Fire to Fairdale High School.
Our ability to be a part of this, to help out, and to donate one of our old fire trucks is just wonderful.
The Fire and EMS Academy here takes lessons from the classroom into hands-on practice, helping not only jumpstart careers in these fields, but also teach life skills along the way.
I don't expect every kid to come through this program to be a firefighter. I don't expect them to be an EMT. My goal of this program is when they come through this program, when they leave here, they take something with them.
As students practice lifting ladders, handling equipment, this program is also able to test them for a license that's crucial for firefighters in Kentucky, even before they graduate.
And that puts them a step ahead going out the door.
Senior Brandon Smith says he just passed the test and is hoping to get a job with the local fire department.
It made me feel good to stay close to home and be able to be a firefighter around Louisville.
Those in this field say there's a need for qualified candidates who have what it takes to be a firefighter.
If you compare when I came on 20 plus years ago, there were over 3,000 people applying for 30 positions. Now we're getting a few hundred people to apply.
With this donation, those here say Fairdale High School now has 2 fire trucks and an ambulance for teaching the next generation. Around 20 students are expected to graduate from this program in May. Reporting the photojournalist Dave White, Darby Bean, WDRB News.
Our spring fling is about to come to an end as colder air rushes in. I'll let you know when to dress for highs in the 40s, plus timing out several rounds of rain and storms.
Are you new to Medicare? Have you recently moved or lost your coverage? You have a choice, which is why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here to help you get all the benefits you qualify for. Give us a call today at 800-608-9733, and we'll help you make the most of your budget. Ask about our $0 monthly premium plans that include dental, vision, and hearing, and $0 copays for prescriptions. And if you qualify for Medicare and Medicaid, we also have plans to help you pay for groceries, over-the-counter health items, and utilities like cell phone, all on a single prepaid MasterCard. Call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield at 800-608-9733 to find a Medicare Advantage plan with all the benefits you are eligible for. We're here to help, so you never go it alone. That's our anthem.
If your home is ready for a refresh, let's go now. Get to the pre-President's Day sale at Furniture Fair, and you'll find the guaranteed lowest sale prices or it's free. Plus, get an extra 10% off and up to 48 months special financing. A designer sofa is now just $493. A 5-piece dining set is now just $592. Find everything you need with amazing savings for your budget. The savings start early at the pre-President's Day sale at Furniture Fair.
Want a flatter, tighter tummy? Then check out new ABEX from Sono Bello.
Doctor, after my pregnancies, my body just never bounced back. I had this stomach overhang that made me really self-conscious.
It's not your fault. That stubborn fat and excess skin is very difficult to get rid of with diet and exercise alone.
That's exactly why I went to Sono Bello. I really trust their team.
I had to trim them a little bit.
I got the flat stomach I had always wanted.
Introducing ABEX from Sono Bello. Remove fat and lose excess skin permanently in just one visit.
ABEX is a great alternative to a tummy tuck because that overhang you mentioned becomes flat and tight fast with minimal downtime.
Schedule your free, no obligation consultation now to learn more about ABEX by Sono Bello. Call 1-888-501-3506 or go to sonobello.com.
I gotta do the Kick of Destiny again. What? But this time, fans can pick if I'll make or miss. Interesting. And right now, bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win.
Let's do it.
Wait, what about him?
FanDuel Kick of Destiny 2 live Super Bowl Sunday.
Make this Valentine's Day special. Join us February 14th.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
Let's take a look at today's top stories. We now know when the three men charged in connection to the murder of Crystal Rogers will stand trial. The trials for Brooke House, Joseph Lawson, and Steve Lawson are scheduled to start on February 10th, 2025. All three men were in Nelson Circuit Court today facing charges of criminal conspiracy to commit murder and tampering with physical evidence in the 2015 disappearance of Rogers. We do not know if the men will be tried together or what county that trial will take place in.
Firefighters responded to a garage fire in Okolona this morning, but it ended up turning into a death investigation. It happened around 9:30 this morning in Linview. Crews were quickly able to put the fire out, but unrelated to the fire, they found a woman dead inside the home. A second person was taken to the hospital from that scene for an issue that was unrelated to the fire. It's still unclear exactly what happened. We're trying to get more information. LANPD says it's still investigating.
WDRB Weather is sponsored by the Window Source of Kentucky.
Well, we had a great start to February, above average temperatures, but we are in the middle of winter, so we got to expect a little more cold, don't we?
All good things must come to an end. It gets cooler. I don't think it's that terribly cold, the crazy cold like we saw during the middle of February. I mean, it's just essentially back to normal, but these temperatures are spoiling us. So it is going to definitely be a shock to the system. The temperature trend is definitely going down, but tomorrow we could probably be 1, maybe 2 degrees warmer than we were today with a high around 67. That's going to be the peak, all right?
Friday, huh? Nice.
It's a good-looking Friday. Although there could be some showers to our south, I do think in Louisville points north, a lot of the day ends up rain-free. Now, Saturday, we start with rain. We kind of squeeze out one last day in the 60s before temperatures start to bottom out. Super Bowl Sunday, we're in the 50s. And then Monday, Tuesday, essentially back to average, which is that white line, which is around 47 degrees. Both days, we're hanging out in the upper 40s. Now, there are a couple light showers out there, and this is really all we can muster up in terms of rainfall because the atmosphere is simply still too dry. Areas like Ferdinand through St. Anthony, approaching Birdseye, getting a little bit of light rain. That'll probably last about 5 to 10 minutes. Some spits of rain near the Carefree, Leavenworth area. Again, don't last all that long. You tap your wipers once and you are on your way. Rain chance best in the metro between 8 and 9. And then we see more rain arriving as we get into the first half of Saturday with this big, large upper level low cruising off to our north. And that's not the only low we have. There's another one south of Alaska. This one is bigger. This one is stronger, and it makes a direct hit here in the Ohio Valley on Monday, bringing widespread rain and also some much colder air to follow. Cold enough that Monday night into Tuesday, 1 or 2 wet snowflakes might mix in. A live look outside from New Albany over the Ohio into downtown Louisville, where your temperature is a lukewarm 62 after Louisville made it to a high of 66 degrees. Now, down in Midtown along Dixie Highway, all is quiet. In terms of temperatures around the metro, we're going to have numbers stay well above average tonight with numbers in the 50s and 60s. And that is due to the fact that we have some clouds along with the south breeze. Our lows tonight in the 50s. Our average high, like I said, is 47, which means tonight's low is going to be higher than our average high temperature. There are your showers between 8 and 9. The metro drying up as they slide down to the south. And then on Friday, we're not looking at overcast skies. Clouds with intervals of sunshine, allowing temperatures to make it to the upper 60s with the highest concentration of showers on the Kentucky side of the river. Now, watch the showers multiply Friday night. Widespread rain and storm action Friday night, ending early on Saturday morning. Cold front slide through, which means the rain tapers off by around midday. We're still in the 60s with late day breaks of sun and a little sneaky attack of rain in southern Kentucky Saturday night into early on Sunday morning. Otherwise, a lot of the day Sunday looks dry with some sunshine and temperatures which will be cooler with numbers in the 50s. Now, watch what happens on Sunday night into Monday. Rainfall spreads in. It is widespread across the area Monday, cold enough that we could see some snow to our northwest. And again, as that cold air rushes in, some of those flakes could fly here in Kentucky and from Monday night into Tuesday. But no, not a major snowstorm or anything, just a couple of flakes to tell you that the colder air has arrived. How much rain could we see? I would say anywhere from a quarter inch to a half inch north of I-64, between a half inch to an inch south of I-64. It's across southern Kentucky, a little bullseye there, where you could see an inch or more. That's a good thing because we have been dry for the last 9 days or so. I know January ended really wet, got us out of drought, so a little bit of rain every week or so, that's not a bad thing. Light showers out there tonight. It is a cool and comfortable low of only 51 degrees, 40% chance for some light showers this evening, down to a 20% tomorrow, and it is even milder with a high temperature around 67 degrees. There will be showers on the Kentucky side of the river tomorrow afternoon. Morning rain on Saturday, some showers early in Kentucky on Sunday. Otherwise, the day is dry. Rainfall moves back in overnight into Monday, and that's when the pattern really starts to change with highs in the 40s for Tuesday and for Valentine's Day of next week.
So enjoy those warmer than
You gotta
temperatures.
put enough effort to grab it.
Yes.
Just like how you always want to get out of your chair.
Why? You think I'm going to skip out?
Tuck your feet in a bit.
Call me on
No,
Friday.
inward. There you go. I want you to stand up. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Now, I want you to go out this way. There you go. Keep going. I want you to back up.
Now I wouldn't skip out.
You're good.
If I won one of those.
I think you'd be going forever.
Your hands okay? Doesn't hurt? Doesn't hurt? Would you like some of your candy?
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special
So full.
Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. My grandson snuck away.
All right.
And
Want to
the
get some to eat,
WellCare
Mom?
DSNP comes with a whole lot of B's. As in WellCare gives me benefits I can use every day. And real human support.